Es que yo pensé que era nuevo juego, tipo Among Us, no sé. Es que te juro que no entendía nada de que me decía ahí. A ver, Shanklin, ¿qué querí?
Voy a ver clips.
Ya es cuando no sabe qué
Por si
hacer.
acaso, y es la peor, es el peor personaje que tengo. La mentira, el peor es Lisa.
El peor Ningguang. Sí, mío.
A ver, necesito, a ver, yo mi cuenta, a ver, yo tenía una cuenta de Genshin que me la puse en servidores de Europa. Ya, po,
Ya es europeo.
a Noelle y a Ningguang. Y yo necesito a Ningguang para hacerme un desafío de eso. ¿Por qué mi celu se ve literalmente hermoso? Bueno,
Abidú.
Kingsman será jugar el juego de Among Us, pensé que iba a ganar, pero me mataron y luego me estoy peleando.
Por cierto, me gusta el viajero. Me gusta el viajero. ¿Cómo se llama? Al viajero Geo porque lo necesitaba para tomar unas 2 Geokuru. Y me da paja cambiar otra vez.
¿Verdad? De que existe el viajero Geo para hacerme esto. Gracias, Diego.
Momento XD.
Ya, pero primero voy a hacer la misión de evento.
No sé que a partir de ahora si hay un puzzle de Anemo para sacar rosa.
¿Tienes que sacar rosa?
El personaje más olvidado del juego, Jinjan, o no me acuerdo cómo se llama.
¿Quién?
Jinjan's the name, or Rock and Roll's the game.
¿Quién?
Así se dice Jinjan. Gracias, Shankling. Se dice Jinjan.
Ahora voy a hacer esta misión de cocina.
Woman of the hour. We were just
Esta es la de cocinar platos. Creo que el Diego no la...
Ahora de repente sacan a Shinjan ahí como personaje y a Jax resulta que le encanta. ¿Te imaginas ahí?
A ver, por lo que vi tienen los mismos ataques de Beidou de base. Por lo que vi. Y creo que es literalmente el único personaje que tiene los mismos ataques de otro personaje. Esa tremenda cosa.
No, los movimientos de Ram se basan en el juego este de Devil May Cry. Así que bacán.
But I came here today because I made it into the Masterful Chef's finals, and I was just trying out some new dishes to bring to the competition.
Sure, beats drinking on an empty stomach.
¿Dónde está Xiao?
I'm starving over here. Let's see what you got.
Chao, me voy.
Don de la comedia.
This chicken fuyong's tasty.
Don
Awesome.
de la comedia.
Oh, this food is too good for me to be soaking up the alcohol with.
These three seem to have a great time with each other.
Ahí está el Guba.
Only thing is you've got 3 dishes here. Chicken fuyong, come and get it, and crystal shrimp.
En los ingredientes.
They all taste kind of refreshing.
Is refreshing really a flavor?
Sabor refrescante cuenta como sabor.
When you spend all your time at sea, you don't have a lot of choice when it comes to food. Especially on the longer voyages, where you've got to stretch out your rations as far as you can.
Como que los personajes de Genshin es... Si no muestro, aunque sea una parte de las piernas, me muero.
First thing you want to do when you get back on dry land is dig into a nice hot meal that's swimming in oil and has a ton of flavor.
That's the exact opposite of Ningguang's.
Ah, demonios, te tengo que salvar.
Oh, sure is. Beto's tastes are pretty similar to mine and Xiangling's.
Ugh, Ningguang. I am sick of hearing that name.
Evalúa
Our
la
taste
situación.
couldn't be more different. You'll never find us eating the same bowl.
Apúrate, apúrate,
When you were chatting with her partner, thought you two seemed to get along just fine.
We're evenly matched. Guess that makes us equals. But I'm sorry, limp cabbage leaves are never gonna
Espera,
do.
de que me cubrieron el ex que no vale la pena.
Júgate la misión de Sun Lee.
¿Ah? No, ninguna de las
Júgate
dos.
la misión de... juégatela para tener la taja como semanal.
Daja, no sé cómo se dice la
Astaja.
cosa esa. Aftaja.
I
Es de
hear
Naya.
ya, I hear ya. Steamed cabbage and broth might be upper class and look fancy.
A ver,
and all,
ahora tengo que
but
defender
man, is
un
it
globo
boring.
aerostático.
It's It's never gonna give you that flavor explosion you get with some of the other dishes out there.
Espérate, cárgame, escribir en comentarios.
So, Xinyan, are these dishes too mild for you too?
Hola, hola y chao. Bacán. Ahora Jax hace otra vez el chiste del Xiao. Solo acaba de hacer el chiste del Shejo, Xiao, Xiao.
Well, not so much mild.
Me he muerto.
I just
¿Quién te lo
think
escribió?
you maybe missed a beat somewhere.
¿Pero quién te escribió el comentario?
This is some fine cooking,
El
no question about
absorbir,
that.
cariño.
But if this is for a
Ah,
competition,
lo
it
adiviné.
needs more
Ah, bueno, absorbrícido.
oomph.
Are we sure these
El ritmo y
apply to
empuje.
cooking? Beat
Beat, yeah. You know what a beat is? I only know music, though. I'm nowhere near your level when it comes to cooking, so...
Ya hacen Xinjiang.
No, you're both completely right. Beat and oomph. I actually thought as much while I was cooking them. Even though this was a brand new combination, it still felt like I was... Seems like she's found her muse. Does that mean music theory is compatible with cooking?
El viajero.
Hey! I didn't quite get the implication, but Paimon can tell when you're being a meanie. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. Great! So this went really well.
Don't hold back.
Well, I think so anyway. More than any other chef.
I'll do my best. Thanks, everyone.
All right, we'll leave you to it. I'm gonna take Xinyan on board for a while.
Xiangling, they both had pretty strong taste. You sure that won't be a problem? That's a good point. Beto likes her greasy stir-fries. Now, who do we know whose tastes are on the mild side? Traveler, any suggestions?
No se me ocurre ninguna, pero voy a decir que sí.
Who?
Ah, David, ya se me ocurrió quién.
Oh, right! Makes sense! So, back to Wangshu Inn? Who?
¿Por qué se me acaba de desbloquear un cofre en la zona que ya tengo 100% descubierta? ¿Por qué se me acaba de...?
Last time we were
No,
Y de momento.
Oh, I remember.
no, que te lo juro, bueno.
Just need to speak his name and poof, he'll. Will he definitely hear us saying his name though?
Ya, gracias, Paimon. O sea, no tengo que ir a la posada Wangshu, pero tengo que ir acá al lado. Gracias. Aquí.
Okay, let's take turns shouting his name. Do I need to do? Hyman's going first. Ahem.
A ver, grita.
Nothing's happening. Let me try again. Shoo! That's weird. Does he not want to hang out with us? Oh, wait, so let me get this straight. Some guy whispered. Well, not both actually, just one of us. Oh, right. Well, you should be the one to try it then. Paimon clearly just doesn't want to feel left out. Okay then.
You called?
Wow, qué buen grito.
Whoa! He actually came!
You spoke my name, did you not? When I make you a promise, I will honor it.
Blink of an eye and poof! He's there! That's how you know he's an Adeptus. An Adeptus? Xiao, was it? Hi there! I've made it into the finals of this year's Masterful Chefs, and I'm testing some dishes out in preparation.
Customers. And that includes me?
Uh-huh. The Traveler says you prefer mild food. Just the kind of person I'm looking for. If you don't mind, I'd like you to try the dishes I've made and tell me your thoughts.
Since it's you, I will do it.
Yay! How is it? Are you you sure you can eat it? Don't force yourself.
Tastes pretty good.
Huh? Really? I can't believe it. An Adeptus says he likes my cooking. If my dad was here, he'd be crying tears of joy.
You excel in the culinary arts. I'm reminded of another chef I know. That chef cooks dishes with soul, as do you. Both of you are masters of your craft.
Who do you think he means? Smiley Yensha?
No me lo estoy
If
creyendo.
I had to find fault
¿Qué
with
pasó?
something,
Esta misión
some
en
minor
donde se
adjustments would
cocina,
take
¿no?
this dish from excellence to
Sí.
perfection.
Ya, pues, yo puse al Wuboa para que matara el lime este que está molestando.
Ujú.
Y se me quemó la cocina porque hay fuego.
¿Qué?
Te odio.
Pero si yo me acuerdo que la primera vez que hice esa cosa mecánica, quería ocupar a la Yanfei para cocinar los platos y no se calentaban.
No, es de que a mí puse al Wuboa, se encendió el césped y un plato se calentó.
Ah, vale, pero no tiene nada que ver con el Gua.
No, porque puse al Wuboa y como el pibe escupe fuego, ya pues.
Pero si creo que el fuego no
explotó mi
afecta a las
cocina.
ollas.
¿Cómo que no afecta si
No,
estaba ahí el fuego?
pero si estaba, yo la trataba de ocupar la Yanfei para intentar cocinarlo, porque aún no sabía cómo funciona esta cosa.
Voy a poner al Wuboa ahí. A ver si no afecta.
Dale, a ver.
Diego se afecta. Diego se afecta.
Ah, bueno,
Diego se
entonces a mí me
afecta.
It's
estafaron.
my own opinion. Do not fixate on it. Take it or leave it as you see fit.
Así que se me va a la cocina de nuevo.
Side. Thank you, Adeptus friend. It was really great to meet you.
I'll be leaving now. See you next time.
Bueno, adiós. Le hizo DP.
Paimon still can't believe he actually came.
¿Sabes, admin, que se va a hacer
What
DP?
would happen if we called his name again now? Do you think he'd come back right away? Only kinda, maybe, not really
¿Por qué el
joking.
Gua está triste?
Jeez.
F.
Good news! After 2 rounds of taste testing, I've had an idea. Great! Lucky we picked the right people to tackle. I better head back and try this out a few times while it's fresh in my mind. Thanks for your help. Oh, and the final is in Yujing Terrace. You better come. Will do. Good luck. You. Let's head to the competition venue. It should be starting soon. Ooh, Paimon's so excited! Welcome, everyone, to the Masterful Chef's Final. At the appointment of this organizing committee, I am your host and officiator, Yenfei. Hey, Yenfei's here too! This event is brought to you by the Liyue Qixing in collaboration with a number of participating enterprises. The competition is divided into the selections phase and the finals. We saw many contestants from all over Liyue in the selections process, and all of them were outstanding chefs in their own right. Of those, the 2 strongest participants were put through to today's finals. In just a few short moments, the finals will take place right here. As the officiator, it is my honor and privilege to represent the organizing committee, and indeed, next, please allow me to introduce the judges. There will be the Tianquan, Lady Ningguang, the Yuheng, Lady Keqing, and last but not least, gourmet connoisseur, Uncle Tian. In addition to these 3, 10 judges will be chosen from among the audience to sample. That makes a total of 13 judges with 13 votes between them. Each judge will vote for their preferred finalist, and the one who receives the most votes will be today's winner.
El niño de verdad se cree demasiado don comedia. Pero así, literal.
Troleador.
Troleador, cara. Hola.
No existo. Ayuda. Me muero.
Bacán.
Desbacán. Anti-bacán.
And now, please join me in welcoming our 2 contestants into the arena. Come on out!
Que se muera Leo.
Tonto bacán.
To my left, a competition favorite down from Dihua. Life's harsh when you live on a marsh, but this kitchen ace will put a smile on your face. Please welcome... Whoa! Yanxiao made it into the finals too! But Yanxiao! Chin up! Shoulders back! And to my right, a stalwart of Liyue Harbor culinary scene, a little feisty with a whole lot of spicy. Give it up for Xiangling! And her mysterious assistant, who knows who? Hi, my nose. It's Guava. Hey, everybody. I'll do my best. Contestants, please repeat after me. As a finalist... And I, for my part, promise to uphold the principles of fair... Now, I will hand things over to the select panel judge, Ningguang.
Thank you all for being here today at the Masterful Chef's Final. The organizers have chosen the theme for today's event
Of earth and waterborne. Just like the Feast of Bounteous... It's like surf and turf, but the deep and meaningful version.
The rules are simple. The one who receives the most votes wins. Tailor your dishes to the judges. Well then,
Contestants will have 1 hour of cooking time available, and may only use ingredients provided... Okay, without further ado, let the cooking commence.
Aplauden.
Time to pull out
Sonido de
all the
aplausos.
stops. Show everyone what...
Como
Traveler,
que
come on.
tú me andas
Think you're
estudiando
going
la
to
misión.
support me. Don't you worry. I'm gonna make this the best tasting dish I've ever
¿Qué
cooked.
tiene? XD. XD momento.
Light it
Acá hay
up.
una...
Acá,
First things first. Get the stove on.
Ese lugar se iluminó de repente.
Xiao thought the side should be
Hay
milder, which
4
makes sense to
símbolos.
contrast with the main dish.
Ey,
And I guess that's what Xinyan meant.
con 4
You gotta
placas.
have on-beats and
Ya,
off-beats.
acá hay una segunda placa.
A ver. ¿Dónde está esta cosa? No me digan que no tengo los materiales porque, a ver. Camarones.
Cuarta placa.
Aquí, camarones de cristal.
Y...
Generación de cristal.
Ahí. ¿Qué? Ah, jódeme.
Triple layered consomme is pretty bland to
Era
begin with.
segundo.
I can't have two sides with the same texture. Luckily, the organizers have provided some very
Tercero.
aromatic broth. It's just a little too
Era
gentle.
cuarto. Ya.
¿Qué tengo que hacer? ¿Pero qué tengo que hacer?
Uno.
Dex ayuda, no entiendo nada.
Caminar.
A
Caminar.
ver, o sea, ¿tengo que cocinar cualquier cosa o qué?
Pero... Acá me estoy peleando la misión en donde se va a cocinar. Bueno.
¿Pero es eso o qué?
¿Cómo paso? ¿Cómo paso?
¿Pero qué tengo que
joder.
hacer? Ayuda, llaves. Javix,
¿Qué?
no sé qué tengo que hacer.
A ver. ¿Qué tienes que hacer?
Que no sé.
Ah.
A ver, voy a cocinar 3 platos a ver si es esta cosa o no.
Ah, pero si la cosa reís.
Pero si no sé qué hay que hacer específicamente, niño.
Que ando diciendo la misión de cocina mecánica 3.
¿Qué tengo que hacer?
Que no tengo idea.
Pues fíjate tú que yo tampoco.
No me digas, por eso estás preguntando. Piensa. Y ahora lo entrego. Tengo que... Ah. Juego pequeño. XD.
Pero Javix. En vez de grito. Ah, ¿qué es esa cosa? Dale.
Que le digo es acosador. ¿O qué es esa cosa? Me tienes que estar diciendo de que la misión esta es la peor que existe.
Julian chili chicken is
Caliéntate,
the
por
main
favor,
event.
caliéntate,
Can't
caliéntate.
afford to
Haz un
compromise
pollo
too much
al
here,
chile.
but maybe
No me lo creo.
Dex, ¿qué hace un pollo al chile? Es como hacer pollo al chocolate.
¡No!
Pollo, 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 pollo,
Cállate,
pollo.
Diego.
Pollo.
A ver. ¿Qué tienen que aparecer monstruos para cagarme la cocina?
oh, Yin he doesn't look so good.
No, el multiverso Buba.
Booba.
Uy. Lag.mp4.
Ahora,
Whoa,
muerto,
whoa,
muerto,
what's
muerto.
this?
Ahora
Hold
tengo
up.
que encender
Things are
esto.
taking an unexpected. Xiangling's
Pero
mysterious
al
assistant
encender lo
appears
que
to be
me
aiding her
esto, sí,
opponent.
se vaya para apagarlo.
Judges, are we knew
Pero
in advance
también se
that
me quemó.
Xiangling would be
También se me
accompanied
está
by a
cocinando
mysterious
esto.
assistant, and the judges
Ok,
agreed.
I take
ok,
no
ok.
issue with it.
Ok,
In any case,
No congeles. Eso.
No
Ya.
competition would be
Listo, listo,
complete.
listo. No, no.
Please allow
Pero-
me to explain to our host. Prior to the competition, the judges reviewed both contestants, and we can comfortably confirm Xiangling is a highly accomplished chef, and Xiangling
Ok,
prepares
1
all of
minuto
her
y
own
30
dishes
para
herself.
hacer esto.
All that her assistant will do is occasionally provide a fire source. Given
anécdotas de
Xiangling's,
la
I
vida,
appreciate everyone's concerns.
la cocina
But
mecánica
the
3,
mysterious assistant has now
vale,
started cheerleading for Smiley Yenshao too,
Diego,
demonstrating
Ah.
total impartiality. By
que la
encouraging both
cosa?
Xiangling
la
and her
cocina
opponents,
mecánica 3
they have proven to be a
me
fair
caga.
supporter.
A ver, un poco sí, pero yo la hice la primera como todas.
That's right. Boba's not really outside help. Boba just likes to watch people cook. I'm sure the only reason they went up, I give you all my word. Boba, I say that as someone who...
¿Qué va?
I
Dame.
see.
Muérete, muérete.
I have no objections. It's an
¿Quién es el
honor
tío
and a
Tian?
privilege.
Nadie lo sabe, pero bacán.
The judges and the officiator accept this. Yanxiao, are you alright?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never been so nervous in my...
Listo,
Take it
33,
easy.
32,
I've been
31,
Why my dad? That's...
29,
That's what I do.
28, Palito muerto.
Look.
Se me van a cagar.
I guess I'll think of my mom then.
Nothing's being held up. I'm
Huh? Oh, right.
15,
Here you go.
14,
That's the attitude.
Yes.
13,
Thank you, Xiangling. And thanks to your...
9,
well, thanks.
7, no me lo estoy creyendo.
Time's up!
Listo. Desafío completado.
Bueno, a ver, tiro te dejo esta cosa de
Both
iniciar
contestants
producción
have now
automática.
finished cooking. I would like to invite them to present their dishes to the judges for evaluation. We will proceed in the order that the contestants finished. Xiangling, please describe your dish.
My dish is Jiyun chili chicken with sides of triple layered consomme and crystal shrimp. The theme is of earth and waterborne, which includes land and sea. In other words, land animals, fowl, and seafood are all potential ingredients. My main dish, Jiyun chili chicken, is a combination of fowl and chilies. Jiyun chilies capture the essence of the mountains where they grow, and fowl is a gift from the heavens. Triple layered consomme also uses fowl, and its other ingredients are ham and bamboo shoots. These are also flavors from the mountains, but they complement
Ya, es
the
verdad que te
crystal
picaste.
shrimps made. Shrimps are a gift from the ocean. Ooh,
No.
a strong delivery there from
Esa que sí.
My dish is... Adeptus Temptation with a mint,
Okay.
as Xiangling says.
Ahí veo el
Restaurante, it's a
restaurante, ahí
complex
veo a
mint
los
salad.
El COVID.
ahí veo a Bubo
Judges,
atrás.
please.
Los jueces prueban los platos. Épico.
Very impressive.
Now, Xiangling, it's also a unique
Xiangling,
take.
no quiero que me cuentes
This
tu vida,
Adeptus
gracias.
Temptation is quite exceptional.
Ahora,
The
si
triple layer
quieren
consomme
ver
is
sí,
also a very...
definitivamente
Judges of the
ahora
select
busca
panel,
que hice
I
un
will now ask you to consider
dónde
your...
está el muelle?
Also,
Ah, está
the
cerca.
organizing committee has selected today's audience judges, and they are now evaluating the dishes.
How are we not involved in this? What Paimon has buckets of passion and oodles of expertise when it comes to food. Yippee! For all the chefs there are in the world, and for all the amazing dishes that I can cook,
Ya,
the
estoy en
fact
el
remains
muelle.
that you're the one who treats Paimon
Veo a
the best.
Xinjiang y a la Bubo. Ok,
Thank you
no
all
me
for
cuenten su
waiting.
vida.
All
No me
votes
cuenten
have
su
been
vida, no me
received
cuenten
and
su vida, no me
I
cuenten
now
su vida,
invite
no me
Mingguang
cuenten
to
su vida,
take
no
the
me
floor
cuenten su
and
vida, no me
announce the
cuenten su
results
vida,
of the
no me
Masterful
cuenten su vida,
Chef's
no me cuenten
finals.
su vida, no
It
me
is
cuenten su
my
vida.
pleasure to announce
Xinjiang
that
puede
the...
hablar la comida de Xiangling. Ya,
A ver, yo creo que va a ganar Xiangling, ¿no? Porque que gane un
no me
NPC.
cuentes su vida, no me cuentes su vida, no me cuentes su vida, no me
By
cuentes
a
su vida,
mere
no me cuentes su vida, no me
one
cuentes su
vote.
vida, no me cuentes su vida, no me cuentes
Está medio bonito.
What? How is it so close?
no me cuentes su vida,
Well, there it is.
It was a close
no me cuentes
contest,
su vida, no
but
me
we
cuentes
have
su
a
vida, no me
winner.
cuentes su vida, no me
Luke,
cuentes
there
su
can
vida, no
only
me
be
cuentes
one
su vida,
winner,
no me cuentes
but the fact that this
no
was
cuentes
so
su vida,
close,
no me
a big
cuentes. Ahí
thank
te
you
puedo
to
dar
all the
tu
audience for being here
Ya no me
today.
cuentes su vida,
Thank
no me
you
cuentes su vida,
all.
no me
Please
cuentes su
exit
vida,
the
no me
venue
cuentes
in
su
an
vida, no me
orderly
cuentes su vida.
fashion.
No cuentes su vida, no me 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 cuentes su vida,
Ya, se repicado.
no me cuentes su vida. A ver. Se fue Beidou.
¿Qué pasó con Akechink?
Ahora me compré el video Paimon. Ya.
Ahora con Xiangling que el soniente Xiao. O sea, el soniente Shang Xiao.
To try your dishes.
Sure, I'll have a try of yours too.
Ve al lugar más tranquilo. A un lugar más tranquilo.
Ve al lugar más tranquilo, po.
Nada más texto. Más texto.
Mucho
Sí,
texto.
no cuentes tu vida,
Ya
no
hacemos
cuentes tu vida,
bebé.
no
You're the
cuentes tu
kind of
vida,
competition
no
I'm
cuentes tu
glad to
vida, no
have.
cuentes tu vida.
Let-
Espera, ¿qué está viendo Paimon? Está
And
viendo
next time we meet as
Xiao.
competitors,
All right, deal.
Ok.
Chejo,
No me
xiao,
cuentes
xiao.
tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes.
Come on.
No me dejas saltarla.
Thanks for coming.
Bueno,
Don't even go there.
se tiene que ver la vida de las personas. Bueno, ahí me dejas saltarla, no me
I
cuentes tu vida,
can't
no me cuentes tu
believe
vida,
it.
no me
You
cuentes tu vida,
didn't
no me
get
cuentes tu vida,
picked.
no me cuentes tu
What
vida, no me
you
cuentes tu
will?
vida, no me cuentes tu 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 vida.
The
¿Qué es eso?
organizer said that Yen Shao and I need to go register our delivery addresses.
Ah, ese es Chao.
Apparently they're gonna
Ya,
deliver.
no me
I'll
cuentes tu
come
vida,
find
no
you
me
guys
cuentes tu vida, no
after.
me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no
Es
me
re
cuentes tu
picard,
vida.
ya,
No
Alex.
me cuentes tu vida, no me
Looks
cuentes
like
tu vida,
Kuching
no me
and
cuentes tu
Ningguang
vida, no me
left
cuentes tu
already.
vida, no me cuentes
As
tu
the
vida, no me cuentes tu
organizers,
vida,
they
no me
must have
cuentes tu
gone to
vida.
wrap up.
Ya no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida.
Personas
Yo
picadas,
pruebo la
luego
comida de
este.
Chao. Ok, ¿qué opinas, Chao? Yo quiero ver lo que opina Chao. Sabe bastante bien, ya. No me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida.
Ya, listo. Ahí está. Con saber que sabe bien es suficiente.
Ya no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu
Ah,
vida.
pero que Ketchen está del otro lado. Ah,
Ya, Chao se va.
que
Chao
sí, que
se
el
fue
tipo se hace TP.
por... No me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida,
Barra
no me
TP.
cuentes tu vida, no me 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 cuentes... A ver.
No, Ketchen anda fat.
Dirígete al restaurante Guami para ver cómo está Chanel.
Oh, you found me.
Huh? Is everything okay?
Traveler, I have found myself in,
¿Qué pasó,
in the
Genshin?
competition. I voted for Snow and Xiao.
¡La traición!
So you're frustrated because you can't go back and vote
No, no me
for
cuente la
Xiangling
parte de la
instead?
traición. Aunque probablemente me lo salte, pero ya.
No, that's not it. As a judge, I had a duty to remain objective. I made my decision
Espera,
after
hablo
thinking
con
about it very... Xiangling is my friend. So by rights, I should be...
No me dejas saltarlo.
But, as you know,
Pollo al
voted
chile yo
based
ayuno.
purely on my personal
Sí, chef.
opinion. As a
Ya.
contestant...
Ahora,
That's
¿qué hay
no
que
big
hacer?
deal. Just say it however comes naturally.
Compra y
Xiangling,
aprende la
oh,
receta de
you-
plato
oh,
favorito
hey,
de
here you
Paimon.
are.
A Paimon le
I've
gusta
been
puro
looking
el slime.
Xiangling,
Ya.
there's something I
No,
wanted
la
to tell you.
traición.
What is
¿Qué
it?
pasó? O huevo frito.
Una cosa super XD. Así que...
My grandfather always said to me,
Ok,
in
pollo al chile
contests of
yo
food,
ayuno.
always follow your heart. Which is to say that in gastronomic...
Ok,
Of course, that
pollo
was
al
just
chile
my
yo ayuno.
grandfather's opinion. But so,
¿Qué dijo Paimon?
despite the fact that I
Me
am your
tendré
friend...
me tendré que comprar todas las recetas de acá.
¿Por
Y
qué?
gastarme unas 100.000 moras porque no me leí la historia. Bueno,
¿Cómo?
no,
¿Qué?
no, que me voy a comprar todas las recetas que hay ahí porque
¿Y
no
por
me leí
qué?
la historia. Porque no me leí la historia.
¿Y por qué?
A ver, ¿cuál era el plato favorito? ¿Cuál era el plato favorito de Paimon?
Paimon. Como una comida de emergencia.
Well, maybe it was.
¿Pero qué
I
compraste?
like golden shrimp ball.
You were
No tengo idea.
You voted for who you wanted to. And that's totally okay.
Yo voté odio. Bueno, a gastarme 100.000 de oro.
Pero simplemente cocina. A mí no te debería decir
No,
también.
porque
Eso.
son recetas.
¿Cómo? ¿Aló?
Strong sense of responsibility,
Ya,
Kuching.
me compré todas las recetas que
Not
vendía
everything is
él.
always about responsibility. You know that's what Ningguang's like, right? Beidou's always
¿Cómo
telling me
que
about
comprar y
how well
aprender
she
la
gets
receta?
along with
Pero
Ningguang.
bueno.
So you
Ah,
see,
y ahora la tengo que
Ningguang's kind
aprender.
of bold in that she doesn't let
Traveler,
¿Cómo?
Ya, me compré 14 recetas. Aprender.
¿Pero te compraste todas?
Sí.
Pero, ¿vos sos macaco?
A
Aunque
ver,
yo,
tú no me dijiste.
aunque yo tenía todas hace rato, pero...
Sí, de hecho creo que me compré, me acabo de comprar por nada. Porque esto literalmente aumentó creo que en un 1% mi comida, así que...
Ese todo ese llanto por nada.
How strange. This doesn't make any sense. Does this mean the competition?
oh well. I suppose
Espera
it
que
was
comience
simply
la,
not
con
meant to
la
be.
competición el día siguiente, 10 o
Waited
14.
this long already, right,
Yeah.
Xiangling?
¿A dónde está la
There's still time. Let's be. On another note, I have
Yes.
some good news for you, Kuching.
TP
Things are.
al espacio
Master came by
temporal.
before the competition and filled in the parts that were missing. In fact, I'll go find somewhere to make it.
Xiangling.
Oh, and travel. Huh? You only just beat
La sonrisa del viajero.
You think
Muy
you're up for
XD.
challenging us already?
Ah, que tengo que... Bueno, no voy a hacer spoiler, aunque probablemente ya exilié.
Da
Obviously not
lugar
what I
donde
meant.
tenga
You
lugar
collect
la
recipes,
competición.
don't you? I thought you'd probably be. Oh, right. Paimon knew that. Jeez.
What are you staring at me for? Go on, go get her.
Nuevo plato aprendido, gracias. O sea, no me
I
dieron
ever
un nuevo,
managed to
me dieron un
reawaken-
nuevo plato para aprender, perdón.
Ok, gracias por el spoiler gratuito.
Ahora, ¿dónde tengo? Ahora, ¿dónde, cómo y por qué voy a cocinar? Aquí. Gracias. Pero aquí, ¿dónde hay un...? Bueno, voy... A ver.
A ver,
Con el ojo. Me van a funar.
a ver. A ver, ¿me pueden mostrar la competencia, por favor?
Pero ya no me acuerdo del plato que tenía que hacer.
Ok, tengo la pantalla en negro. Genial.
Ah,
Actualmente me voy a ver
panecillos de maíz. Dale.
panecillos de maíz. Gracias por spoilearme, Diego.
De nada. Ah, y más me falta un ingrediente. ¿Cuál es? Bueno, creo que es azúcar. Ah, no es harina, perdón.
A ver, harina sí tengo. Ya, ahí está Janfei. Janfei, ¿me importas? No, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida.
No me cuentes su vida, no me cuentes su vida, no me cuentes su vida, no
No
me
me cuentes
cuentes
tu
su
vida,
vida.
no me cuentes tu vida, 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 no me cuentes tu vida. Ahí está Limón, ahí está Cake. Ya. Y ahí está un NPC. Ya, no me cuentes tu vida, 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 no me cuentes tu vida.
Ya esto que le quieren cuente su vida a nadie.
Tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida. No me cuentes tu vida. No me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida. No me cuentes tu vida, 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 no me cuentes tu vida. No me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida, no me cuentes tu vida. No que te tu vida, no que te tu vida, no que tu vida, no que te tu vida, no que te tu vida. No que te tu vida, 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 no que te tu vida. Ya voy. Ya. Por favor, no que te tu vida, 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 no que te tu vida. No que te tu vida, 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 no.
Ya a Vix no le gusta que le cuenten su vida.
No que te tu vida, no que te tu vida, no que te tu vida, no que te tu vida. Ok, Johnny versus Torriente, chao, chao. ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Encender el fuego.
Sí, tenés que cocinar tú.
Permiso. Ah, ya te lo cociné. Bueno, tiro a Google. Enciéndelo. Está listo. ¿Qué tengo que cocinar? Sí, ya voy.
Traveler and I made one each. Here, have it.
Thank you. Don't...
¿Cómo que elige los condimentos adecuados?
Ketchup prueba la comida.
What is
Coge
it?
la pimienta.
This flavor.
Hace unos camarones de cristal
Apologies,
deliciosos. ¿Qué son los
Xiangling,
camarones?
traveler. It tastes wonderful and quite amazingly.
Really? I didn't have a chance to fully explain before. In fact, when Master had filled in the missing parts of you already knew. You mean, my dad wait!
Diego.
But isn't this dish
Ah.
from Kuching's...
¿Qué po?
¿A dónde están mis camarones de cristal? Acá.
Los tenéis que buscar ahí en el menú
I do not
gigante.
believe that this recipe was my grandfather's creation. My
Cocinar,
grandfather was a well-known real
perfecto.
estate tycoon in Liyue, and also a
¿Qué
scholar.
pasaría si?
He was an avid collector of old books
Elige
and
los
was quite...
condimentos
As a
adecuados.
child,
Otra vez.
I used to spend a lot of time with him in his study. We'd read the classics together,
Hace una
and
tira de
debate how
3
much of
sabores
it was
de
actually genuine, and whether
Tiras de
Rex
3
Lapis was
sabores.
real or not.
Eso existe. Creo de 3 sabores.
He used to say, books are just a bridge that bring us a little closer to history. Since then, my grandfather has passed on, and I've grown up to become a chiseng. For me, the name Rex Lapis is inextricably wound up with memories of my grandfather. Whenever, as I said earlier, this recipe came from those same notes. It's an ancient dish that he was trying to Still, each time he tried cooking it, he'd always get me to have a taste.
Ancient dish? Are cornbread buns real? Well, at least in my family it is. My dad learned how to make it from his dad. We call them chili mince cornbread buns.
¿Qué pasó?
Seeing Guoba just reminded me of something. I actually made this dish on the day I first met Guoba.
How did you first meet?
It was in a cave in the mountains. I ducked inside to get out of the rain and saw an offering table in there. Then I ended up falling asleep, and when I woke up, I found out that Guoba had eaten every last one. Guoba followed me around ever since. We're practically family now. Hold up! Stop the conversation. Look! The stone!
Espera.
It burst.
¿Qué pasó, Yavix?
Traición. Traición. Nada de asco. Nada de asco. Pude ser. No vuelvo a usar más agua en mi vida. Literalmente. Traición fenomenal.
Oh, indeed it does. After all, Guoba is the deity you've been searching.
Guoba is a god?
Momento XD.
You asked me if a sufficiently festive atmosphere would be enough to reawaken the stove. The stove god has always been a deity with great affection for the people, and who acts in passion can be a technique, a skill, something derived from experience. Masterful chefs is wonderfully exciting, but it is more an exercise of passion than of But just now, when Kuching ate this dish he had longed for, a deeply held desire was fulfilled. As well, the enormous power unleashed by the fulfillment of this desire resonated with the stove. Of course, the stove god himself is not contained within the statue. The true stove god has been here with us all along. How does it feel, seeing a statue of yourself from your glory days? Look at him. Still so majestic.
Glory days? Wait, what happened? Did Guoba used to be different from now?
Oh, yes. Back in his day, your Guoba was once the patron god of the soul. But all the wisdom and power he had then, he has since surrendered.
A god surrendering their power to the soil.
The kinds of trials and tribulations that a land can face are far more than you could imagine. The threat of disaster will never fully disappear from Liyue. Even woes that have never been faced before in history will come to pass in the future. He once walked with you over the barren plains until you arrived at last at the harbor. It was his hand that lit the very first street lamp of Liyue. You mortals no longer remember him, but back in the age when you did, he... Marchosius, god of the stove, born from a spark when stone struck stone. He was a god with a great love for humanity and their well-being. Millennia ago, the people sought to expand their city. They built a dwelling on the plains and called it the Guili Assembly. The stove god cared greatly for the people, turning himself into minions who went into every home, fostering food and solidarity alike. Alas, their home was taken by a flood. The waters ravaged the Guili Assembly and forced the people back south to Liyue Harbor. Though the distance was not far, the journey was plagued by a terrible storm. For a dozen days, the Adepti stayed by their side. During this time, the stove god cooked an ancient delicacy, flatbread with a meat sauce to stave off the cold and damp, fit for those on the move. Centuries later, disaster and plague arose once more. The stove god would appear no longer, for he placed all of his power into the land itself to quell the calamities. His power expended, and his wits greatly reduced. Thus his body decreased in size. By the time he parted ways with us, he wasn't even the height of a human. He told Rex Lapis and I of the dishes that bring joy and of the secrets of the flame, then went into the mountains and entered into a long slumber. The stove god departed, and Guoba was born. When he awoke, he ate the chili mince cornbread buns placed on the offering table by a young lady in yellow. Though he did not remember the past, he was profoundly moved and decided to follow this young lady thereafter. The stove god had quietly disappeared, but the vendors rose early to hawk their wares. People went out to buy goods, lit their stoves, and cooked food, just as they had done every day for as long as they could remember. In Liyue, things have always been this way. Nature provides, the mountains rejoice. We are blessed by heaven's good grace.
Years have gone by. The world has transformed, but our way of life survives.
Fame and fortune is only a season. It is the moment that we should embrace.
Past meets present. Heritage becomes legacy. Long into the future may we thrive.
You once told me that dining is the profoundest of customs in the human world. To eat well is to consume vitality. It is a matter of paramount importance, you said, for people cannot face the arduous journey ahead on an empty stomach. A humble meal of maize and spring water is also profound in that. By ensuring one's survival, it paves the way for millennia of... My dear friend, Liyue has changed so much while you have slept. Looking at the...
Boba, this is kind of a huge deal. Why didn't you say anything?
A ver, no puedo hablar.
He is not who he once was. Even the power of speech evades him.
Oh.
Boba, but...
Xiangling.
No,
Do not be saddened, Xiangling. There are two sides to everything. Guoba may have lost many of his formal faculty. In this world we inhabit, who can truly be said to live a life free of all woes? But he has gone further than us in his journey. He had both wisdom and courage. Everything he took upon himself, he was also ready to part with. So since you are his friend, take good care of him.
I will! You can count on...
Xiangling, you have an adeptal affinity. Guoba follows you around because he has The moment he awoke, he was met with a familiar flavor in the chili After all that time, he still recognized the dish he had invented. And...
That's right. The taste of one's home cuisine always brings back memories of home. Though he remembered nothing, eating the food you...
You may be the first person in history to give the stove god the experience of being a satisfied customer. That makes...
If that's true, I couldn't be happier. Because...
Well then, it's getting late and I still have things to do. Traveler, Paimon, Xiangling, thank you all very much.
Adiós.
I guess my dad's probably heard the good news already, but I should still go catch up with him. He thinks about you all the time, you know.
Oh, goodness me. Then, far be it from me to... Off we go, then. Let's saunter over gently.
Adiós.
Oh no! Guoba's taken off!
Oh, it's you. Hello there, old friend.
Oh, bless my soul. Are you out for a stroll as well?
Given the season, it felt fitting to take a leisurely walk while the meal is being prepared.
Quite right. And it also gave us the chance to run into you. Guoba may not recognize...
So, Guoba doesn't remember anything? But...
Friendship will always withstand the ravages of time. Traveler, what do you think of the name of this festival? Moon Chase. The moon is a carrier of countless emotions. So many things only seem to surface as we gaze up beneath its poignant glow. Wherever the moonlight shines, the heart is wont to follow. Fond memories of those no longer with us. Debts of gratitude to old friends. The meaning of ages past and gone. All these things and more. They are why people chase the moon.
In old age, the sight of many things puts one in a wistful mood. Such exuberant life force. It seems to well up from deep within the land itself. Traveler, this moon chase fest. Now, let's have Xiangling brew us a nice pot.
El que puso de estos pasos fáciles, Pete. Y le gusta la caca.
¿Cómo?
El que puso de las en modo fácil, Pete y le gusta la caca.
Ya, pero yo no lo puse fácil.
No, pero Ger sí.
Ya, pero Jackson tiene la culpa que soy tan pete.
Él lo puso fácil y no lo avisó.
A él te mismo que dijo, ah, mira, soy buenísimo.
The food at Wan Min restaurant is excellent. I eat here often.
Ah, you can say that again, Xiang.
Indeed. To have
Oye,
mastered
pregunta,
the
¿con quién
craft
estuviste
at
jugando todo el día,
courage
Diego?
lends...
Diego.
Ah,
¿Qué estuviste jugando todo el día?
buena pregunta.
Y sí, cómprate el pase del Genshin.
Qué pete.
Cómpratelo.
Qué pete.
Cómprate lo que dicen.
Ah, you can
Hoy no hay misión de pavos. F.
Jaja, malo bot, tienes 0 dólares en earnings,
Igual llevo
tienes 0
la
power,
batería,
tienes 0 power ranking. Nico, ¿qué era más picado? ¿El Nico o el Nico?
the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom.
See that he stays safe.
Why, hello. If it isn't the triumphant traveler. And why might you be visiting the shrine?
You literally told us to come meet you here!
I was just joking. I've been waiting for you.
Seems like someone's in it pretty...
Mm-hmm. Catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in years. By the way, I heard that you had a duel before the throne. With a Fatui Harbinger, no less. Courageous and astute. Defeating Signora head-on in a duel means that your strength exceeds mine. Still, you did end up victorious. I gather congratulations.
Sure feels good to finally thwart the Fatui. They caused plenty of trouble along the way, but at the very least, they didn't get their hands on another Gnosis.
Wait a second. Did you say Gnosis? As in, the little thing that looks something like a chess piece?
Yep, that's the one. You've seen one too? Gnosis belong to the Seven. They're what keep them connected to Celestia.
Oh.
What's wrong?
I handed that over.
You did what now?
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the Balladeer exactly? The Balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, he is superior to Signora. I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason. After A created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put it. As her erstwhile closest friend, A handed it over to me, and I've kept it in the Grand Narukami Shrine ever since. She no longer needs the power of the Gnosis, and in any case, she tells me she has severed ties with Celestia. Thus the Gnosis became not only useless, but also a potential source of conflict. Is that not a good bargain, exchanging it for the one at the core of the plan? Judging by the results at least, I dare say I struck a good deal.
When you put it like that, Paimon has to agree. The Traveler is worth more than a Gnosis.
No sabía que yo valiera tanto.
Well, what's done is done. And I hardly think we'll be getting it back now. So anyway... Really?
You intend to travel all over Teyvat, and the time has come for the Inazuma leg of your trip to come to an end, has it not? As a mark of my gratitude, I will answer any questions you may have about the... What would you like to know about? That puppet was built with technology that has been lost to time. Perhaps she, as a god, is the only one privy to the knowledge of its origins. Still, there is one other thing on the... Before A began modifying her own godly form, she took it upon herself to create a prototype puppet.
So, you mean there are 3 Raiden Shoguns?
No. The prototype was merely a proof of concept. Its appearance and intellect were not based on A. It was a test. The original plan was for A to simply discard it. But perhaps A thought this to be too cruel, because in the end she... Later, this puppet wandered Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own
Not the Fatui!
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the Fatui made adjustments to the prototype, not only unsealing his power, but very likely rendering him even... The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis. And the prototype puppet is now known as the Balladeer.
What a crazy...
It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or destiny? I'm surprised an outlander like you is aware that there was once a change of Electro Arc.
Morat's told us. He said that the Electro Archon Ball has passed away.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that there were 2 twin gods, Baal and Beelzebul.
Twin gods?
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or Shadow Warrior. In other words, Beelzebul is A, with whom we are now both acquainted. Baal's name was Makoto. As far as the world was aware, there were not two, but one. They complemented each other, and they ruled Inazuma jointly. In fact, the name Baal and the title of Raiden Shogun with—
Until what?
Makoto died several hundred years ago in a war that I was not personally involved in. Since then,
Losing her sister must have been super hard on A.
That was when A began to change. Makoto was her greatest—
Paimon feels like she understands A a lot better now after finding that out.
I didn't spend a great deal of time with her, but my impression was she was a gentle god who—
Wow.
Sorry, I haven't a clue. I'm also unfamiliar with the god you describe. But if you still have doubts about A, I would say they are misplaced. Not only does she not fit your description, but she voluntarily gave up her gnosis long ago, severing her ties with Celeste. That's good to hear. Otherwise, given that I'm her familiar, it could have made our relation—
Don't worry, we aren't looking to pick a fight with you.
I wish you— As for your sister's whereabouts, I will use all the resources at my disposal to investigate it. And I'll let you know if I find out anything. Consider it part of my— After leaving Inazuma, I think it would be easiest for you to go to Sumeru.
Ooh, Sumeru! We've run into lots of scholars from there on.
Yes, well, Sumeru is the land of the god of wisdom, but their obsession gives rise to some truly— In Sumeru, knowledge is holistically managed.
Knowledge is a resource?
Yes. I don't know whether it was the sages or Lesser Lord Kusanali who came up with the idea.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you haven't heard. Lesser Lord Kusanali is the deity in whom the people of Sumeru place their faith. It's their chosen term of endearment for her. I'm sure you must have some things to discuss with her too. I wish you all the best. Are you sure? Okay then. Oh, travel. Keep it safe. Is that all you intend to do with it? There was me thinking that you might hang it around your neck to show off to the world, telling everyone who inquired that it was given to you by none other than Yae Miko, the wise and beautiful.
Who in their right mind would do that?
Okay, I'll stop. Now, a question for you. Traveler, what is your ambition? I see. But that is merely a small goal, based on what preoccupies you here. Your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that shines in unison with fate itself. Perhaps the reason you do not possess a vision is that such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you. It's a possibility. Continue on your journey, and— Oh, did that all get a little heavy for you? Are you sure? Okay then, keep it safe. There was—
Who in their right—
I see. Your ambition— Perhaps the reason— Continue on your— Protection of the Electro Archon.